few years back when I first came across Muniba Mazari's story.
Yeah.
And being a typical Pakistani girl, of course, I was, I mean, mesmerized first of all, inspired, yes, and then all the things that she was achieving after being compromised of her body that she used to have.
Yeah.
I mean, the courage was immense. I mean, the courage was something to look up to and to go after as well, to seek that sort of, I want to say, strength too. And there was something that really drew me towards, I mean, setting my goals and setting my dreams as well. If she can, why can't we, right? Yeah. And similarly, I want to name someone over here. So he happens to be a TV presenter from the UK and also a basketball player.
Yeah.
In a wheelchair, he's doing both of the jobs because as a child, he had polio and could not recover later on. Unfortunately, his name happens to be Aid Adeptin, and maybe I'm mispronouncing it. But I mean, these are just some of the examples of the people I look up to because regardless of what life threw at them, they're moving forward.
Exactly, and Shiza, I'm going to add on to this as well. Obviously, we're going to come down to the basketball player and, you know, how Paralympics are being held as well, which is for all of those people who are in wheelchairs or are living with disabilities. But, you know, talking about Pakistan, I think that, you know, we need to mention Abia Akram, you know, working for the rights of the disabled people as well, Mr. Atif Sayed. Not just that, you know, our very own speaker's daughter is actually wheelchair bound as well, and they're working for the rights of the people who are disabled as well. But not just that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that, you know, there are people who do not really let boundaries kind of curtail them as well or define them as well. They're there for a reason, and they're going to make it big, and they're going to make Pakistan proud as well. And we're going to share one of those exemplary humans today with all of you, that inspirational story, because this gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, he had polio when he was a kid as well, but he didn't give up. You know, he made sure that he's going to fulfill his dream. He played. In fact, he's one of the top 100 wheelchair tennis players. He's ranked at number 82 as well. Not just that, he's a level 2 ECB coach as well from England Cricket Board. And I think that there's quite a lot of things. There was a long list of his achievements as well, which we couldn't remember by heart. So we're going to introduce him. And then and not just that, he's even a tennis coach, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine that for somebody fulfilling his dream, that too in a wheelchair. I don't think that wheelchairs can actually stop anybody if you have high hopes, if you have ambition, if you have dedication as well. We're very lucky that we've actually been joined by Mr. ASIF GUL. ABBASI Sahab. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Wa alaikum assalam. It's a pleasure to be here. And thanks. There is a long list, but, you know, I want to prove that, you know, there is nothing it can stop you. If you have dreams, you can fill.
Exactly.
Any time, any age, any ability, if you have.
Exactly.
And this is why you're here. We're really, really inspired by your stories, mashallah.
Thank you.
But Asif Saab, I want you to go back in time, and for the first time you ever started playing the sports that you liked and took it forward as well. Take us back there.
If I take you back, I take you back a long time back. When I was like about 4 or 5 years old, I couldn't remember, you know, what happened, but I remember this. What happened? I didn't know that at that time I had a disability or something missing.
Okay.
My teacher, PE teacher, he brought me, you know, a group of classes and said, "Okay, you run from here and touch the wall." And I remember that, you know, I was feeling really, you know, in that period moment.
Yeah.
I ran in the middle of when we were running. I fell off the ground, and I was crying. Literally, my tears were on my cheek. But I remember I touched that ball and then came back. And then I saw, oh, something is missing. You know, something is not right.
Yeah.
And your teachers didn't know even?
He didn't know that.
Okay.
That time. That was the moment of realization that, you know, I had something missing. But I don't know what happened afterwards. I played every sport in my school life.
Wow.
I played football. I was obviously a goalkeeper, you know, stopping the goals. And then I played hockey, you know, whatever the game was, like the season of sport, I used to play. And then from there, somehow,
there was no looking back.
Yeah, somehow, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, created a path for me.
MashaAllah.
And then
and it's wonderful, which is why, you know, we have you over here so that you can share your inspirational story with all our viewers in 46 different countries. But not just that, I think that, you know, it is very important for you to share all of those credentials you have so far, because you've been a sportsman all your life. And, you know, while I was going through the list, it was so long that I was like, okay, you know, I'm probably going to ask ABBASI Sahab about it and not going to remember it by myself as well. So, you know, you're one of those wheelchair tennis players who is ranked in top 100 all over the world.
Yeah.
Your rank is number 82. You happen to have a title of ITF, or
Yes,
I think that's what it is.
Alhamdulillah, I was in Pakistan wheelchair tennis history, I'm the first and only one who achieved this.
Exactly.
I ranked 82 in the world.
Yes.
And then I'm the first Pakistani who won an international tournament for Pakistan.
Wow.
Many people didn't know
we
that.
are even sharing your pictures as well, so you can share, where this was, what happened, what was happening.
Yeah, that was the first time, I started in 2017, April. That was my first tournament. It's the National Wheelchair Series. And it's the national. Yes, I won. Obviously, I got 2 medals, doubles and singles.
Is it silver, bronze?
It's gold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I got I won the doubles as well.
Wow. So even in the singles, even in the doubles.
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. And is he your coach?
He's my partner, the other one.
Yeah.
He's
the one in the center.
He is like a president. He was managing, and he was the tournament referee.
Pakistan, Zindabad.
So
how is it to wear the Pakistani jersey?
It was like a proud moment. The first ever tournament was British Open.
Yeah.
It was itself, many countries, many top players. World number 1 was there, like top 50. They were. So I was the lucky one. I represented Pakistan at that level. The first time when I reached there was no flag for Pakistan.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, because nobody was playing.
Nobody was representing.
Yeah,
right.
nobody was representing there. So I said, look, I haven't got any flag, Pakistan flag. Could you bring it tomorrow? And then they brought it, and there was a picture I'll show you.
Okay.
They hang it over there, and then from there I took a picture and said, this is my flag, this is my country.
Wow.
Must have felt so nice.
Oh, that was a proud moment. And
I think I can feel goosebumps as well,
I
and that's the kind
know.
of inspiration we need for everybody who's out there as well for doing so much. But there's this interesting twist to this story as well, ladies and gentlemen, that ABBASI Sahab actually started to play internationally in 2017, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And till 2020, obviously, because 21 just started, you have achieved so much that the list is just keeps on going. So how did you manage to do all of this in 3 years?
Alhamdulillah, because my background was as a sports person and I was a tennis coach.
Yep.
I'm level 2 cricket coach, but I'm level 3 tennis coach. So I was coaching already.
Yeah.
So I got that experience,
Okay.
But the difficult part was how to maneuver the wheelchair.
wheelchair.
The movement is so fast, the wheelchairs are so customized, very quick. I was feeling so because that was the part I felt so hard. But what I did, I asked my friend to borrow a wheelchair because at that time I didn't have the sports wheelchair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
are they manual or are they?
no,
are
you
there
have to
certain-
push. You have to
Okay.
push.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
that was in my point of view, is very, very difficult. When you have got the
Yes.
racket in your hand
Of
and you're
course.
pushing but after some time you feel very comfortable.
You get used to it
you
as
get-
well.
But not
right?
just that,
Yes.
even playing tennis on foot is difficult. Okay, let me put it
course.
straight away. It's not that easy running from one end to another end. It is very difficult, and you get out of breath as well. So for somebody who has to put the racket in the first place, probably in your lap, and then you have to push the wheelchair. It is difficult, no?
No, it's so I correct you a little bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe I can give you some insight.
Even
of
if it's
that.
correction, I won't mind. Yeah,
Yes,
go
please
ahead.
go
yeah.
on.
So, you have to hold the racket all the time, and the hands on the rims of the wheel.
Oh.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. If you put it here, you don't have time. And there's an exception in a rule that you can play on 2 bounces. The first bounce should be in the court,
Okay.
and the
The other.
second bounce
Oh,
anywhere.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Right.
But most of the players who are the top, like myself, or if
Take it one bounce.
yes, usually you have to.
Wow.
Wow, one
And
bounce
this
at
is
a
the
time.
type of, this is why, mashallah, you're on to now coaching a lot of youngsters as well, which makes me ask you, are you also coaching on behalf of or are collaborating with the Pakistan Tennis Federation?
That's really a good question. That's why I'm here, and I want to promote wheelchair tennis. So many disabled people, and disability can happen in any age.
Of course, it's natural.
Yeah, it's natural. So sometimes it's a very depressing time when somebody amputated or limb loss. After that, they feel so. This is the sport also can play a very important role.
Yeah.
To rehabilitate.
Of course.
Rehabilitation, and also when there is a young kid, who haven't got a chance, but we have to, promote wheelchair sports in Pakistan. Like you said, wheelchair basketball is there. I'm the wheelchair basketball coach as well.
Oh, amazing. That's nice.
Is there anything you've left behind?
No, I'm trying to,
Which is wonderful, and which makes me ask you is that, obviously to do that and to promote wheelchair tennis over here in Pakistan, you really need to be in conversation with Pakistan Sports Board as well.
Yeah.
Did you get through to them as well? Were you in conversation? What are they saying? And do you think that your idea of bringing wheelchair tennis over here in Pakistan was well received by the Tennis Federation and the Sports Board?
I was expecting more a lot from government, Pakistan Sports Board, Pakistan Tennis Federation. I think they are on the right track, and because I'm the example now, I set an example now that if you can, I can do it, and many people can do it here as well. So I need a collaboration, support from Pakistan Sports Board or other organization, not only government. Other private organizations.
Right. Yeah. But Abbasi Sab, don't you feel like, because I'm asking you this, you've lived in the UK, you've seen the lives there and here, so don't you feel like at a very early stage we should be incorporating disability sports in schools? Because, I mean, even normal sports for people, for let's say, I mean, there's segregation first of all, there's gender discrimination in sports, and then for a lot of schools, they don't take sports seriously, because for Pakistan, when you talk about education, it's ratta, ratta, ratta. So don't you feel like we should incorporate it?
Very well said by you. First of all, I want to just, correct.
Yes, please, please.
Yeah. We, as a disabled people, we don't want to hear normal or other. We can call non-disabled or able-bodied.
I'm sorry if I say
it's okay. It's okay. Because this is the awareness. We have to.
Of course, we're learning. Sorry.
Yeah. So everybody has to. Don't. A lot of time people say normal people. So I don't like it.
Yeah,
or
of course.
disabled people don't like it.
Exactly.
Of course.
There is no difference. Even even there is something missing or disability, it doesn't mean you are lesser than the other people.
Of course.
So that's why I want to.
So the right usage is people living with disability.
Or people with special needs.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a very right point you raised that. In schools, that's why I want to be a role model. I want to help. Other day, I went to rehabilitation center for army people.
Yes,
where there is a loss of limbs. After
AFIR.
AFIRM.
Yes.
So I visit there, and then I contacted them. I said, from my side, if I can do or I can help you, please let me know.
Yeah.
And they promised they will call me.
They would be very welcoming as well, I know for sure. Because
yes, exactly. And that's why from your platform, I want to ask anybody, any organization out there, if in any capacity, if they need me, I'll be available.
Wow. And that's
amazing.
wonderful. But, since you started playing in 2017, and I think there was COVID in between as well, but Paralympics are going to take place somewhere around probably after 5 years or 4 years?
4 years.
4 years, yes. Thank you very much for the correction. So now your goal is to actually participate in Paralympics on behalf of Pakistan. You want to represent Pakistan as well. Where are you on that journey? Are you somewhere in the middle? Have you made it so far? Or do you think that you will be, inshallah, able to do so?
Inshallah.
And what assistance do you need with that?
Yeah, inshallah. That's why I'm here. I contacted National Paralympic Association in Pakistan, and hopefully, because of the COVID last year, I couldn't able to play any sort of tournaments in UK. But I'm living there because I've got opportunity. The problem is when I'm there, no organization interested because I'm representing Pakistan.
Yeah.
Oh.
And from here, I have no support, no backup, no awareness that I'm playing already there.
Exactly.
So I think if any other organization wanted to come and support a little bit, I can represent Pakistan in Paralympics, and I can without any resources, without any help, I made here on my own.
On your own.
So I think if somebody along the journey, I can represent even this. Now they had postponed on the last